Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Live a Live. When we last left off, I broke off to do some grinding. I had to get some levels. You can see the levels I got there, stats I have. I find 11 or 12 for Orobo to be the break-even point for being able to kill the super bosses. Particularly because he learns, you want to get him to learn Fuma Shuriken, and then the extra levels are just there to raise the damage of Fuma Shuriken. Basically, every single one of his other attacks is worthless. He didn't learn anything. I learned this. Most of these abilities they're not bad per se, they're just less good than the other ones. The notable abilities, I think I already had Strength in the Ninja, but I didn't go over it. Strength of Ninja has a short charge time and does IQ-based damage, can also poison, put enemies to sleep. It's pretty good. And Blade of Wind. Blade of Wind does IQ-based damage and is instant, has a very long range. Remember how I've mentioned before. Have you heard me talk? It's awful. But I mentioned before that when you have more than one party member, it's a good idea to have one person doing something that is, one or two people doing something that's instant, and then having everybody else doing powerful charged moves as far back as they can. Well, at this point, Oboro is going to learn, at level 16, he learns a move called Bronze Leaf. That would be the replacement for Strength of Ninja, but right now, Strength of Ninja is a really, really good ability to use for that purpose. It'll do somewhere in the range of, like, I don't know, 100, 120 points of damage. And if you pump your IQ up to max, it'll do hundreds of damage. It's really good. Sand Darts and Chill Wind do a little more damage than Strength of Ninja. However, I find that they have a much higher charge rate. So I don't typically use them. Phoenix Fire, totally useless. It also does IQ-based damage, but the damage is pretty low compared to Sand Darts and Chill Wind. Of the three, Sand Darts does the most damage, but I also think it has the longest charge time. Charge skills are not particularly useful against this boss we're about to fight, because he has a move that knocks back. So notable attacks for Oboro at this point. Shinobi Slash, Cross Slash if you're up close. Shinobi Slash because it's just his regular attack. Cross Slash because it hits everything surrounding Oboro. And Shuriken Storm. Those are his three best moves that use his speed. They might be the only moves that use his speed. But Poison Mist also uses speed. But those three are the best. For IQ, Strength of Ninja and Blade of Wind. Possibly Sand Darts. So, Phoenix Fire I find to be useless. Top Spin does very low damage, but what it does is it spins the enemy around and faces them the other direction. This can actually screw up a lot of the enemy AI scripts, and you end up in a situation where you'll turn an enemy around, right? And then they'll waste their turn turning back around. And then you'll get your turn and you'll turn them around. And then that doesn't work very well with Top Spin because it does such low damage, and the way enemy turns are calculated. Shuriken steals HP and stats. So basically, just for random battles going forward, if you've got Oboro with lots of speed, use Shuriken Storm, Shinobi Slash, Cross Slice. If you've got him with lots of IQ, use Blade of Wind, Strength of Ninja, and the Bronze Leaf skill that we don't have currently. Okay, well, that's out of the way. I spent 5 minutes talking about that. Let's fight. You see that little shadow there? We're going to fight Lord Iwama. He's a giant goldfish. So we want to move forward one, pass, move down and to the right, and throw a Fuma Shuriken, and we want to pray and pray and pray that Iwama does not go down one. And we just want to pass and continuously use Fuma Shurikens. They're going to do the most damage that we can get. This Water Call ability is why we do not want him to go down one, because Orobo is safe. And what I found is he tends to stay up near the majority of your party members. So if you move 2 of the characters up, he's less likely to go down. That's the main reason that I like getting Ryoma for this battle. He actually doesn't contribute a whole lot in the way of damage, but it makes it a little more consistent for him not fucking with Orobo. I didn't see what my HP was, so I just like having the 2 of them stand over here and heal. If you have only Orobo and Oboro, this strategy will still work, but he is more likely to actually come over after Orobo down in the bottom there. So it's not too bad. This guy has a lot of hit points, by the way. So we want to pass. We're still doing good on hit points. He has a, well, an attack that he very rarely uses. It does very little damage. It's called like Flop or something. It's basically his Magikarp Splash. And what it does is it massively lowers his stats. Massively. However, he tends to vary. I've seen him use it twice. Usually the Tenmusus, unless you get in a bind and then use a Castella. You should have 10 plus Castellas. So that's not too bad. And just continuously throw Fuma Shurikens at him. If you get lucky and he does that move where he flops around, then... Okay, what do we got? I can't see your hit points. But we'll use a Tenmoose. You want to skip as many of the turns as you can and give them to Orobo, because I've went through this before with the King Mammoth. You want, every time you move, the enemy will move. So you want your moves to count. The enemy will get some extra turns from you skipping, but not as many as if you had just, like, attacked all out with everybody. You want to pass your turns. If somebody needs healing, have them heal. That's fine. We should be good. Fuma Shuriken, way to go. Is absolutely the way to go. I'm trying to save my Castellas as much as possible for the other boss. But the Tenmusus should be plenty. I might lose... Ryoma here. No? Oh. 5 hit points. Okay. So we're going to use a Castella. I also have those, I forget what they're called. I'll have to look. these Izanagi scrolls, they hit the entire screen. So, yeah. This is going pretty well, actually. So, as far as I can tell for this battle, the key is to get 2 of your characters up in the top right, and that'll make Lord Iwama stay kind of near the top, which makes the bottom row safe-ish. Obviously, there's no guarantee he won't just suddenly just go down one, but enemies in this game, I've noticed, tend to gravitate towards the bulk of your party. So if you've got 3 members over here and 1 member over here, they will gravitate towards the 3 and stay away from the 1. This is actually useful in several boss battles. Alright, still got 2 Tenmusus, that's good. Now we just pass. I think the key to winning this battle is just just make it to where everyone in your party is not being hit by a water call. And passing your turns so that Orobo's doing all the attacking. A solution that I have found that works decently well if you've only got Orobo and Oboro in your party because you're going for the no kills run, is you make one of the 2 go to the top, that top middle slot, and kind of stay there. That way he'll either go up or down, and one of your 2 guys will be safe. And you can kind of have one of them do what we're doing here, and have the other one attacking. If you're doing that, Blade of Wind is probably the best way to go. But you may notice that we're actually taking less damage as the battle goes on. That's because, let's see, we still got 12 of these. Because our stats are going up, which is neat. I like that. You can actually poison this guy with Strength of Ninja and Poison Mist. I'll try and poison him once. Yeah. As you can see, like, just do what I'm doing. Just sit here and throw all the Fuma shurikens you can get. We should still be good. If you level up and get Bronze Leaf, it might be better to have Oboro doing the attacking, but I didn't do that, so I'm not 100% sure, and I never do that, so I'm not 100% sure if that's actually better. Let me see. Fuma Shuriken seems to be some of the best damage you can get for this. Okay, so he's still alive. Still got lots of Castellas. I was kind of hoping I'd get lucky and he'd use his flail move to lower his stats. Probably going to start letting him kill people. I would tell you how many hit points he has, but my notes, I tried to go to my notes just now, and the website is down for maintenance. So, whoops. And actually, because he's paralyzing people, let's see, I will use... one more Castella. That's fine. I don't particularly care about that. For these really hard bosses, the best advice I can give you is fight them a couple of times. If you win, great. But look for opportunities to exploit their AI like this. Like, watch what they do. Who do they go after? Like, what is the range on their moves? Is there a spot you can get that will make one of your characters safe? Can your character attack from that position? This boss is not easy. And most of the guides on the internet I read say, oh no, you have to absolutely level 16. Not really true. Wish I had some more. So, there we go. I'm not going to heal anymore. I've got to save the rest of my Castellas for the other boss. But he doesn't have that much more in the way of hit points, I don't think. This guy has a lot of hit points. So, it can... Alright, so are they both dead? No. I don't particularly care if any... As long as Orobo survives and finishes the battle, I don't particularly care what happens to the other two. It'd be nice if Oboro survives so he can get that experience. Yeah, see? Right on! And you get the Sujin scale. And we killed a poor little goldfish. So, the Sujin scale is an accessory. Gives you plus 10 intellect. Nice. Alright, so, now that that's done, let's free Goemon. You might notice I had 2 basement keys there. That's because I killed that wandering guard up there. Alright, and if you let Goemon go, he will actually go and refill the chests. Well, not all the chests in the chapter, but he refills a great number of them. Specifically the stuff that has the Genji gear in it. So we're going to go grab that real quick. It might have been, like, that might have been sort of kind of useful for, let's see. What's the best way to, that might have been sort of kind of useful for, the physical hits that Lord Iwama was dealing out, but honestly, it's much more useful for this upcoming boss. The big... Oh, shit. Frickin' mice.